Welcome to the Mizzou Grape and Wine Institute YouTube channel. In this video, we will demonstrate how to run a wine sample on a cash still to measure volatile acidity. To perform this analysis, you'll need the following materials: a steam distillation unit, cash still, 2 support stands, several clamps, tubing, source of cold water and a sink, an optional ice bath, a burette. 250 ml Erlenmeyer flasks, 0.3% hydrogen peroxide, 0.01 N sodium hydroxide, phenolphthalein indicator, sample wine, 10 ml pipette and dropper and pre-boiled distilled water. Let's begin by examining the apparatus. On the left, we have the boiling chamber. Water needs to be added here to heat up the wine and volatilize the acetic acid. The wine goes into the sample chamber, which is located within the boiling chamber. Both chambers can be accessed through the funnel at the top. On the right side, we have the cooling chamber. Cold water flows through the cooling chamber to condense the volatilized sample as it travels through the inner glass coil. Here are 2 stopcocks, the stopcock one on the funnel, on this cash still one end with green color. To access either the heating or sample chamber, you need to turn it to the vertical position. To remember which chamber it represents. In our setup, green down means access to the heating chamber, and green up means access to the sample chamber. Always turn the stopcock one clockwise. Before running a sample, ensure the cooling chamber has a steady supply of cold water by slowly opening the sink faucet connected to your apparatus. Cold tap water will circulate through the condenser, and an ice bath can keep the condenser cool faster. Now it's time to add water to the boiling chamber. Make sure the drain clamp is closed. Turn the stopcock so the green end is down to access the boiling chamber. Pour in enough water to cover the coil by 1 to 2 inches. Next, we're ready to add our sample. With the stopcock in the closed position, add 10 milliliters of your wine sample to the funnel. Along with 3 drops of 0.3% hydrogen peroxide. Then turn the stopcock clockwise to the vertical position with the green end up to access the sample chamber. And add about 100 milliliters of distilled water to the chamber. You're now ready to turn on the apparatus. Make sure the stopcock is in the closed position and add a bit of distilled water to the funnel to ensure the system is sealed. Now start heating. As the coil heats, the water will reach boiling point and the acids of interest in your sample will volatilize. The vapors will travel from the sample chamber, through the coil in the cooling chamber, where they will condense. Be sure to have a collecting flask placed underneath the cooling chamber. Collect 100 milliliters of your distillate, then replace the flask with a waste container and turn off the power. Immediately start titrating the sample with the 0.1 normal sodium hydroxide. Add 3 drops of phenolphthalein to the distillate and swirl. Titrate until a light pink is achieved that will last for 30 seconds and more. You can run a blank test with boiled distilled water and subtract that reading from your sample. Also run a standard acetic acid to obtain a correction factor. For titration instructions, please watch GWI previous videos. Evacuate the remains of the sample. Turn the stopcock to the horizontal position, allowing the sample to drain through the hose into the sink. To clean the sample chamber, turn the stopcock to the vertical position and add distilled water. Let it drain, then repeat the process 3 times. The cash still is now clean and ready for the next sample. If you're done, drain the water from the boiling chamber into the sink by unclamping the drain hose. Be careful, as the water would be hot. Calculations. The formula used to calculate the results from the process is as follows. The result gives the concentration of volatile acidity in the wine, reported as acetic acid in grams per liter. Thank you for watching. GWI Service Lab presents this tutorial video of how to measure volatile acidity in wine on a cash still.